What's up, YouTube? This is Sergeant Comer. If you don't know, we recorded Coffee Talk on our other channel at McDonald's. We talked a little bit about the Super Bowl, not in full detail, and we gave some more information of groups that we in that we would like to share to you guys, and hopefully you guys join. But getting into the nitty-gritty of this channel, I said I was going to do a review on the football game, the Super Bowl. My God, I do not know if I was watching a soccer game because of the low score, 3-3, or if I was watching a baseball game because it took forever for it to pick up. Like forever. Now, I said previously that I do not support Tom Brady. However, I want the Patriots to win because I'm a Charger fan, and I don't want LA Rams to beat the LA Chargers to that Super Bowl. And my mustache is out of whack. There you go. So, I was going to do play-by-play. I was going to do rate every quarter, but honestly, the first quarter was meh. The second quarter was a little better. The third quarter was meh. And then the fourth quarter, finally it picked up, but I mean, to what? It was like still a low-scoring game. I mean, if you like defense, I guess this is a game for you. I'm pretty sure it was one of the hardest games for the actual players, one of the most difficult games. That's why it was so low score. But for entertainment, it was just, come on. Like, this is the Super Bowl, but I don't know how to rate it. I don't know if it's like, this is the hardest Super Bowl ever that, like, it was so low score, or this is just the most whack Super Bowl that is just punts and field goal kicks. Like, I don't know. It sucks that the Super Bowl wasn't as entertaining for my first Super Bowl review. So, yeah. That's the game. I know it's short, but I mean, what else can I say? They should have cut that game short too, right? Anyways, then we have the halftime show with Maroon 5. I liked it personally. It was simple. It wasn't over the top like Madonna, like all these other Beyonce, all these other artists. It wasn't like over the top. It was a nice concert. But I saw on the internet people are getting upset because he took off his shirt, and they're starting to argue, why can't women take off their shirt but men can? I'm like, what? It's different, right? Maybe I was raised differently, but I mean, that's like a private area. Ours is just no purpose. I don't know. I don't want to get into that right now, but you guys tell me, inform me, roast me if you want. So then we have the commercials. Man, I love the commercials. So I wrote some down here that I really enjoyed. So the Walmart commercial for the order online, that was cool because it was pretty nostalgic. Like, you got Scooby-Doo, the mystery van. You got Ghostbusters, Batman, Lightning McQueen. You pretty much had Back to the Future. You pretty much had any iconic car from any movie in that commercial, and it was pretty cool. I was having fun with that one. I was like, oh. And then we have the Audi. The Audi was cool because it touched home. When I was a kid, every time I played a sport, I was like, oh, imagine if you make it into the professional leagues, you know? So it's like, oh man, that was me at one point. So I guess I need to get an Audi. Since I didn't become a professional football player or a basketball player, I guess I should just get an Audi and my dreams came true, right? The Pepsi commercial. This is hilarious because I'm a Coca-Cola fan. I'm a Coca-Cola fan. So every time I go to IHOP or Denny's or any of these restaurants, any of these diners, and I'm like, hey, can I get a Coke? They're like, is Pepsi okay? They always say that. And it's hilarious that Pepsi recognizes that they're in second place when it comes to the cola drink. And then they go off singing, and they brought not T-Pain, Little John. Okay, it was hilarious, but to me, honestly, it's still okay. Or I'll just get an iced tea. Pepsi's not my drink. That's just me, but the commercial was hilarious. Oh my God, Bud Light. The Bud Light corn syrup commercial. There was two. There was a Game of Thrones, which was alright, and then there was a Bud Light corn syrup commercial. That was hilarious. I love it when commercials just throw blows at each other. And it's cool when they throw blows and they probably just put the color of the rival company. But when they actually put the name and the logos of the company, that's hilarious. But I mean, business is business, and for them to bring, you know, their brand. I mean, Pepsi and Coke. Let's go back to them. They needed to have Pepsi and Coke needed to be on the same page for the competition for them to be able to sell. If you look back at their history, it was perfect. They were both in agreement of throwing blows at each other, so people engage in the in the battle, and they pick sides, meaning that there's both companies are selling more than what they usually were. For example, something that's going on right now, PewDiePie and T-Series. PewDiePie is going over the top trying to get those subscribers. People are subscribing more than usual if it wasn't for T-Series. So T-Series, although they're about to beat PewDiePie, they're actually bringing a lot of subscribers to PewDiePie. So that's a healthy competition right there. I mean, at one point he has to give, right? At one point he's gonna take over, but that's how it works, and that's cool. That's cool that Miller Lite and Cruz Light, and who else was it? Miller Lite, Cruz Light, and who else was the other one? Huh? Who else was? No. There was three, right? It was Bud Light that doesn't brew with corn syrup, and then it was, or maybe it was just them two. I don't know. All right, but you get the point. It was cool how they like took the shipment over, all dramatic, to Miller Lite, and then finally they sent it to Cruz Light, and that was it. The Game of Thrones one, that Google ad. Okay, that one was beautiful. That one was beautiful because it brings different cultures to an understanding. It breaks down the barrier of language, and that's amazing. I'm a big Google fan, although there's some stuff that I'm just like, what, with Google, but for the most part, I'm a big fan. I mean, I have the Google Pixel, I got the Google Home, I'm trying to get the Google Hub. As soon as it's on sale, I'm gonna get that thing. I think right now it's $100, but maybe it can go down more, I don't know. But I like it. I like Google in general. I got the Chromecast. I got YouTube too. Like, Google's my company. Okay, I don't know if you guys noticed this, but in the Stella commercial for the beer, right, where the girl from Sex and the City comes in, she's supposedly gonna order her original drink, but she changes it up and orders a beer, throws everything out of whack. And this other guy comes in, he's gonna get his drink, but it throws everything out of whack because he got a beer as well. But I don't know if you noticed, but when he says cheers, like towards the end, before the commercial ends, the most interesting man comes out. I thought that was hilarious. I'm like, what? Like, you switch beers too? And then perfect. It was perfect timing, because then right after it was the Sprint commercial with the spokesman who used to be the Verizon. Can you hear me? Good. So it's like, oh man, this is perfect. Like, everything's like out of whack now, including the next commercial. Oh my God! Did you guys see the NFL party? That was hilarious. Everyone was tackling everyone. It was like, for a moment I thought, like, damn, this is like a WWE event or what? This is like a brawl. And then ATT Security. I think finally. I mean, when you think about home security, you think ADT. Now, I've been noticing that Nest and other companies, and that's Google, but Nest and other companies that are doing cameras for homes are taking over the market of security. Even Cox is taking over. Well, for me in San Diego, Cox is taking over, and I'm not seeing as much ADT. So finally, they're coming up in the game. Honestly, when it comes to security, I trust ADT more than anyone because they've been in the business forever, but they were outdated a little. So finally, they're catching up to everyone else. Let's see. The Kia SUV commercial. Oh my god. Now Kia, when my dad was raising me, he told me Kias are the worst cars ever, because they were at one point. But now they're picking up the game, and we both agree that Kias are, a respected brand now. So, but I'm still kind of like hesitant if I want to buy a Kia. So I'm looking at this SUV, and then I see that he goes through a puddle, and then the water gets on top of the hood, and I'm like, I need that car. Because recently in San Diego there was a storm, and a lot of the streets here in downtown got flooded. There was a lot of traffic, and I had to go through a street where the water was up to my hood. I saw 3 cars get stuck in that puddle, like the cars just didn't want to go anymore. My car made it through, but oh my god, it looked like I was in the jungle. If I was like off-roading with the Jeep, it was like all the water was hitting my windshield. It was covering my whole hood. My wife and my daughters, and even me, we were all panicking, like, we're not gonna make it, oh my god. Because it was like a good half a block of just, water covering up to the doors, up to the hood, splashing on our windows. So it was quite scary. So that car can do that. I need that car, because here in San Diego, if it rains, we ain't ready for it, because we're used to dry, sunny weather. We ain't used to no rain, and our streets get flooded pretty bad. We need to upgrade on that. So yeah, I need that car. If the city doesn't upgrade, I need to upgrade. I need to get that SUV. Oh, the soft drink, the sparkling water commercial. It was funny when Mr. Bubbly, it's Bubbly, with Michael Bublé. It was hilarious. I'm a big fan of his. In fact, he's coming down to San Diego. My wife really wants to go. I'm gonna try to see if I can hook it up and see if I can surprise her with that. But yeah, it was funny. Like, a lot of people mispronounce his last name. Now Verizon, when Anthony Lynch, again, I'm a Charger fan, so when I saw Anthony Lynch talking to the first responders, I was like, yeah, we made it to the Super Bowl. But anyways, but it touched home, because I'm a security guard, and I mean, we can argue all day of who's first responders and if securities even get there. But when I was working here in downtown as a first responder, as a security guard, I saw some of the craziest things that a normal security guard wouldn't see. For example, I saw a guy under bath salts bite off another man's nose right in front of me, and I was the first one to respond to that situation and calm everyone around, because it was pretty graphic. So, sorry, my kid's in the background. So, if I was there and I was able to calm everyone down, and then I call, the paramedics and then the police. So it's like, I responded first, but that's a whole different topic. I feel like, at least these guys in downtown, they see pretty harsh things, and I can relate to first responders a little of how, like, we don't get the credit sometimes. And not that we're doing it to get heroic credit, but it's nice to get recognized when you go over the top to save someone's life, to calm down a situation, or just to be there when you're needed. So, that really touched home. And Anthony Lynch talks about how he was in an accident, he thought he was not going to survive, and then surprise, all the first responders that helped him in that situation, in that accident, were actually there, and it was nice. It was just beautiful how, it's not every day. I mean, have you guys seen 911 from Fox News, from Fox Network? It's a show called 911, and it talks about the dispatchers, the fire department, the medics, and what they go through, and the police, and what they go through off cameras when no one is really watching them, just their personal lives, the stuff that they have in their house problems that they try to put away to, give a perfect image to the public. So it's just, I can relate to that. I mean, obviously I'm not their level, but I'm somewhere in that mix. So I can really, really like understand where they're coming from. Of course, I work with them one-on-one when I call them for some situations like that. And it was like every day that I would be calling them. So, anyways, I understand, and I understand sometimes they don't get the credit that they deserve. I mean, they're doing a lot of crazy stuff, and these things hurt you mentally. I mean, I've seen people suicide from a 10-story building. I've seen people overdose in front of me and die in front of me. I've seen, when I used to work night shifts and morning shifts, I used to see someone literally go to sleep at 9 p.m. and then I would have to come in the next morning and do the wake ups, and then I would see them passed out, and that would, at one point it was just thick skin, but at first it was like, oh man, I literally just saw you go to sleep and you didn't make it. You had to, it's a whole different story. But anyways, that one touched home a lot, and I was like, wow, it's beautiful how they were able to meet up, and he was able to say thank you, and if it wasn't for them, they, who knows where he would have been. That's pretty much it for the commercials. I guess my daughter's telling me, cut the video, Dad. Harley, what are you doing? I don't know what she said. Anyways, so yeah, guys, that was the Super Bowl. That was commercials, and I will make another video shortly about the halftime heat with WWE. That was amazing. I gotta make a separate video for that, so I'm cutting this one right now, and I'll be up soon.